Hey, Appliance Boot Camp. This is Mike Sneed coming to you. Uh, I'm going to give YouTube a few minutes to let everybody know that we are live and that we're here. I want to thank everybody for joining in. Let's see if I wonder if it's showing. I don't see anybody jumping in yet. Okay, now it's coming up. Okay. I see now that we're live. I want to thank everybody for joining in. I'm gonna fix this camera that I got going on right here. I don't like to show my desk that much because you guys be looking and man, Jesus Christ, y'all be reading stuff on the desk and ask me about stuff y'all see me sign and all that. So I try to keep that stuff off. I want to just let everybody know that on June 17th through the 20th, we're gonna be having our Juneteenth celebration down here in Clayton on the 17th. We're gonna have a live concert. On the 18th, I'm gonna do like a little seminar how to start a business. 19th, we're gonna have a car show. I'm gonna introduce the actual channel truck, and on the 20th, they're gonna have a gospel program. So if you're in the area, you're not doing anything, please feel free to come down for that. The new hands-on live event, I'm gonna be announcing those next week. The new dates for that. Also, the ice cream parlor. I'll be putting the ice cream parlor course out for some of it next week. Hold 1 second. I got somebody coming in. Good. Give me a second. What's up? Yeah, I'll be on the car show next week on the 19th. Oh, I'm sorry about that, y'all. I apologize. Somebody asking me about the car show, so I apologize for that. But yeah, so ice cream parlor, I'm gonna start releasing that next week. I'm back in. This right here is gonna be not that long. It'll be a pretty quick show, as you all can see. Unfortunately, my father he transitioned yesterday. He had been sick for a while, so he transitioned yesterday. So we're in the process of getting all that stuff together. So I'm not gonna be here that long. So same thing for people who called yesterday or the last 2 days during this transition period. I haven't been able to talk to you all. I said I'll get back with you. Next week I'll be calling you all the ones that I got your phone numbers and messages. I'll be calling you all just like I said the circumstances. The last several days I haven't been able to talk to people. So if you call and I say I text you, say I'll call you back, or you email me, it'll be next week. I'll be able to get with you just because of the circumstances we got going on right now. Once again, what I'm going to be talking about today is how appliance repair can make a proud father. And this right here is dedicated to my father. My father, the transition that he saw me make from a young man to when he got ready to leave. And the sad part that, well, it's sad in one way, but it is also good in another way because you get closure. He had been on dialysis, so uh, he been having a decline the last month or so. So that's why I didn't do anything in the month of May. He's been really having a decline, but we knew that it was coming. So while he was still very coherent, we were able to have serious talks and we were able to get closure. So people ask me now, say, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah," because if you know that your time is coming, if you know somebody's time is coming, and you know the days and stuff, you can actually start to prepare, and you can go there and you can have those conversations with that person, and you don't have to feel like you didn't have closure or that you didn't cover everything. So we were able to have good conversation. I was able to tell him thank you for all the things he's done, and I was able to let him know that hey, the Sneed name is going to be okay. I'm taking this thing and going on with it. So you can rest easy because you know it's in good hands with me. so I'm taking it on. So you get to have those conversations. You're a lot better than something happened unexpected and you don't get to have those conversations. So the transition wasn't hard for me because I was able to prepare for it over the last month. But that's what I want to talk about. How appliance repair was able to make my father really, really proud of me. Not saying that he wasn't proud of me the other times, but get to a point where you can actually boast and brag on your son. You can do that through appliance repair. I grew up in the 80s, and growing up in the 80s, especially here, all across the United States, it was hard for young African American boys. You had so much stuff coming at you. In my little small town of Stovall, North Carolina, and Gravel County, Oxford, North Carolina, they removed this. What happens in the 80s. They removed the basketball goals. So at the parks, they took the basketball goals out so you can go shoot basketball. And what the police done this, they took the basketball goals out and they created what they call we call it a game room, where they had like video games, they had pool tables, they had all this stuff. And what they done, they forced no place for us to go hang out. So this supposedly these three guys, I think it was three, maybe four guys, pop up and they want to do something for the youth, so they're gonna make a game room. So they have a pool table, the video games. They have like a jukebox where you play music, so a place to hang out at that you would think. But what we didn't know was these guys, they were like undercover policemen. And at that time, my friends and nobody I knew, didn't nobody know anything about no crack or nothing like that. These guys, they introduced crack, how to make crack and how to sell it. And didn't know, not my friends and all them. We didn't know any of that stuff, and they were showing them how to do it and getting them to sell it. So they done this, and at the same time, these police officers, they were grown men, but they were sleeping with the high school girls and stuff. That was coming in, all this stuff happening, and what happened one day, they do a bust and they come through, and almost probably maybe 20% of African American boys in the high school ended up with felonies, and most of them didn't make but maybe $1,200, $1,500 at the most, but they got felonies in high school, and with that ruined a lot of their lives. A lot of those guys that caught those felonies doing that drug bust that they done never got their life back on track. Back from then. From then on, their life just never just spiraled out of control and never got back on track. And so that's the stuff we had to deal with in the growing up in the 80s, where you had people who were deliberately targeting you and pushing you to go down these bad ways. And my father wouldn't allow me to go to the game rooms. If anybody said they saw me there and stuff, it was punishment time. And I thought at that time too. I said, man, this guy, he's just the worst guy in the world. He don't understand. I'm not doing anything, or just want to hang out. Everybody else is hanging out, and why he don't let me hang out. But he knew the dangers of what was going on there. They didn't quite know what was happening, but they knew something was happening. And back in our days, this was when I was a little younger. Back in our days, we didn't sag our pants. What we done, we used to wear jumbo shoestrings. And what we did back here, they might have done it everywhere. You will only put the laces on about maybe 2 or 3 laces of your shoes, and then you'll let your shoes flop off your feet. And we used to put these things we call taps on the back of our shoes, so when they flop up and off your feet, it'll make these loud noises when you walk. And the school system, just like the SAG and stuff now, they start making stuff. If your shoes flop, you go into ISS and this and that. So my dad said you can't. Two things he said: you get in trouble at school for wearing your shoes flopping, and then the other thing is I'm not buying no shoes and letting them flop off your feet. You messing the shoes up. You tie your shoes up and walk like you're supposed to walk. So he wouldn't let me wear jumbo shoestrings, and that was another thing. I said, man, this guy, he don't understand. It's just a style. Probably what some people are saying now about the sagging pants and all that. But he wouldn't let me do it. And what I would do, I would put my regular shoestrings in doing it when I was at home. And then once I got on the bus, I would take those out and put my jumbo shoestrings in. Or if we was going to the skating ring, When I we had one of my cousins, older cousins, he would pick up all the kids and take us to the skating rink. So once I got in the car, I would then swap them. But crazy Mike Sneak would forget and would come back home, and I would leave the jumbo shoestrings in my shoes, and my dad would wake up and always go check my shoes, and he sees jumbo shoestrings in them. What he would do, he would take his knife and cut them out, so I couldn't use them anymore. And like I say, once again, I'm thinking this is the meanest guy in the world. He don't understand, and it was a constant battle between my father and I all the time. It was a constant battle. And then and then it came to the point when drugs really hit in our community. It came to the point where everybody was hanging on the corner, and we call it going up Stovall, hanging on the corner. And I wanted to hang. I love to go up there and just hang on the corner. Just to, for one, we had a bunch of wine. Crackheads hadn't came along back then, and we had a bunch of winos, and we would go up there and just talk to the winos and laugh and joke with them. And I wanted to be there with talk with my buddies, and then with that, uh, hanging with the older guys, and every now and then you would get what they call a pony. It was a little small beer. They'd give you a pony or something. Just hanging out there doing doing stuff you shouldn't be doing. And eventually it went from the pony beers to it went to getting the marijuana. Then it went from the marijuana to the crack and everything else. But I couldn't go up there and hang out. And if he came through up Stovall, as we say, and he saw me, I had to get in the truck with him and leave. And I was on punishment and couldn't go anywhere. Or I got a whooping. If somebody told them if somebody rode through my grandmother or anybody that say, hey, I saw Mike up there standing up Stovall, it was automatic punishment. So with that, like I said, it was a constant battle between him and myself. And then when I get to high school, same thing. I wanted to go on dates and stuff. And I remember one time, my freshman year in high school, this young lady was gonna take me out, and we was going to a concert, and my dad had been telling me all week to go, and he wanted me to cut the grass. He said, you need to go cut the grass. And I said, I'm going to do it. I kept putting it off. This girl come pick me up, and I go to my mom, and I say, hey mom, we getting ready to go to the concert. Can I get some money? You need to go ask your dad. I don't have any money. I go ask my dad, hey dad, we getting ready to go to the concert. Can I get some? Mama told me to ask you for some money. You cut that grass yet? I was like, nah, I cut it when I get back. Nah, you gonna cut it before you leave. I had to go put on take off my clothes, go put on my grass cutting clothes, start to cut the grass. After about 30 minutes, I go to tell the young girl and her cousin, hey, I can't go. Y'all need to go ahead and leave without me. And I thought too, no, this was the worst guy. Why in the world he doing this? He doing everything to embarrass me. And so because I was always doing stuff like this, messing up, always going to ISS and always trying to cut corners and stuff, it got to a point where my father, not saying he wasn't proud of me, but he didn't trust me. So whenever I needed something, he would be hesitant to. He would just give me the necessities that I needed, but he wouldn't go further and beyond. So if I was going to, if I needed some money to do something when I was in high school, something like that, him and my sister had a great relationship. So I would have to go through my sister. I would have to go through my sister, ask my sister, hey, can you go ask dad to give me $10, $15? And she would have to go ask my dad, and as you say, kind of like what people say about the church. That's one of the reasons too. I have a problem with Christian. I don't have a problem with Christianity, but the thing where they gotta say you got to keep going through Jesus Christ to be an interceder between you and God. Um, because I knew how it was growing up. My sister had to be an interceder between myself and my father because I was just messing up so much that he had turned a bad ear to me. He didn't want to hear what I had to say. I don't want to hear what you're saying. You lying. I don't want to hear it. Uh, you should have found tobacco this summer. You would have had money. So you seeing that growing up, and I have to constantly have to go through my sister to do it. Now here it is. I'm graduating from college, graduating from high school, going to college. My father, when I get to college, he only sends you $20 a month while you're in college. And if you come home, if you come home and he have to put gas in the car to come get you. So if you came home and you had to put $10 worth of gas in the car to come get you, the next month you ain't getting but $10. He's gonna take the money out that he spent for gas for your mom or your sister or somebody come pick you up. He's gonna take that gas money out. And so what will happen? That made you stay and not come home because if you stayed, you can't. If you stayed up there, you get your whole 20. If you didn't, you came home, you weren't gonna get hardly nothing. So it was a good thing because it kept you from actually coming home. Like I saw so many kids, they never got the college experience because they constantly was going home all the time. We couldn't. We stayed up there all the time. But anyway, I get to college, and my first year, I flunk out. I don't do anything. I'm on scholarship too now. I got a scholarship, and I flunk out. And my father usually only come to college twice. The first time to drop you off, and then he'll come back through graduation. So this time, right before it was time for me to go back, I knew I'd messed up my grades, and I ain't got the money because my scholarship now I'm on probation. And so I'm telling my mom and dad, y'all need to go with me back. They said, for what? I said, you need to go with me back. So we go there, and they tell him, say, yeah, he on academic probation. He didn't pass anything. If he pulls his grades up this semester, he'll be able to stay. But if he doesn't, he's gonna have to leave the university. Uh, but you all gonna have to pay for this time for him to go because of his grades, he no longer can get his scholarship. So my dad, right? So I'm thinking, okay, I'm gonna be able to stay. My parents gonna pay. And my mom said, okay, let's see if we can pay this thing. And my dad, he tells me, that's okay. We're gonna go get his stuff. So my dad takes me to my dorm room, make me pack everything up. Uh, I leave, and he told me because I messed up so bad in school, before I could go back and re-enroll in college, I had to work and pay. Now he didn't pay for it, but I had to work and pay back that first semester. He said I messed those folks' money up by going up there. So before I could go, he let me go back to school. I had to work and pay back the first semester that I messed up. And I know how hard that had to be. At that time, I thought this guy here it is, follow me to college, and he's still hounding me and riding me and making my life miserable. I thought he was doing it to punish me. But now that I have kids that are some that graduate from college, one that's on her way to college, now I realize how hard that is to actually have your kid to go to college, and you just as proud to tell everybody, my kid is in college and this and that. But then you have to come back not a half a semester later and tell them, hey, man, that guy went up there and messed up everything, flunked out. That's just it was embarrassing to me because when I came back home, everybody's asking, where you? I thought you was in college. Why are you not in school? You got to tell everybody, hey, I had to come back home because I messed up. That's embarrassing to you, but it's also embarrassing to your parents because they have so many high expectations for you that they're thinking you're going to be out there doing well, but now they got to answer those same questions. Everybody asking, hey, Sneed, I see Mike home. What he doing, man? That guy I had to bring him home. He didn't do nothing. Oh my. So he got to answer those same questions because they want to see you do well. So now I know how hard that was to do it. It could have easily went and say, okay, he's flunking out. I'm going to go pay his money, kind of hide it, and give him another chance. But for him to do that, because my mom, on the way back from A&T that first semester, I was crying and my mom was crying because we wanted me to stay there. And for him to have to stand his ground and say he ain't going, and then to tell me that I couldn't go back until I paid the money back. I had to give him that money back before he let me go. And I had to go out and get a job and do it, and to do all of that is really really hard. So here I'm messing up through college. Then I graduate from college. At that time, I moved in with a young lady. He told me, "Don't y'all do that? You're stupid, and you're not married and stuff. Don't move in." I done it anyway. Ended up. Just crazy stuff happened behind that. Then I do get married, and here I am married, but I done lost my job. As soon as I get married, the first year in, I done lost the job. I don't have a job. We have a son, and people asking, hey, Sneak, how Mike doing? But right now he's looking for a job. He don't have a job. So it's constantly just something happening with me all the time. And to the point, even at that, when I got out of college, I didn't have no driver's license. I had messed up my driver's license and getting speeding tickets and giving false information to the police and giving just doing crazy stuff, giving my best friend name. The police stopped me and just doing stuff like that and so I didn't have no driver's license. It messed my credit up, and now shoot, I got to ask my mom to put a car in my name after college. So he's saying all of this, and he said this guy right here he's just a knucklehead. He's not learning. And so then here comes appliance repair. Uh, I lose. I get laid off again, um, and I'm now looking for work. And you know my story. I start my appliance repair business. I start my business, and from day one, when I started my business, I can honestly say, if anybody else was my fan, he was my number one fan in my businesses. From day one when I started those businesses, and he saw it take off. When he saw me having getting the trucks, when he started seeing the work and stuff that we were doing, he started seeing me employ people. When I used to get uniforms and stuff, I made sure that I always got him got an extra uniform from him because he wore it all the time. He wore the hats and he wore my shirts. He was just so proud of that. And I'll never forget the first time we had this several years in, we're doing really well in appliance repair. And I remember our first TV commercial. I had my business and we done a TV commercial, and I knew the time and date it was going to come out. And you would think, at that time, it was not only was it me, but it was myself and my two brothers, and we all of us were working together in my business, and we done a TV commercial. And you would think the Jackson Five was coming on. Everybody was at my mom's house and gathered around the TV. And when the commercial come on, you couldn't hear the commercial because of the screaming and yelling and stuff. It was just crazy the excitement to see that commercial and see how proud he was and how he would tell all his friends and family, yeah, that boy doing good. Turn the channel 24 at 9 o'clock because the commercials ran at the same time every week. Turn the channel 24 at 9 o'clock. You see his commercial come on. He doing well. He's just so proud to be able to say that, to be able to tell everybody about all the stuff that I was doing. And then it got to a point. This what I'm talking about. And I say sometimes it ain't sometimes why I do disagree with Christianity, thinking that you have to keep going through. They say you got to go through Jesus Christ to talk to God. Because what happened once I turned my life around and started doing things the right way and winning and being an upright person, then I didn't have to go through my sister anymore. Then I could actually go to my father anytime and got anything that I ever needed from him. But it turned to a point where it was no longer me going asking for stuff. It was me going there asking for guidance and stuff like that. We had those conversations. It wasn't no more of a young boy getting disciplined or asking, can they sign for me to go get a car and all that. It was more of guidance and getting guidance and getting counsel from them. And then it got to a point where it got to a certain point where I had surpassed somewhat what my parents and stuff was able to go their exposure. So then it started going the other way where he would actually ask me for advice and counsel, and that's all because of appliance repair. Appliance repair allowed me to do that because what happened when you're doing appliance repair, not only are you doing the business part, but you're doing everything, the financial part. You're doing the stuff about you're doing everything about your life. And if you are a liar and this and that, it's gonna come out of your business. So it makes you be upright. And it's so proud when your parents and especially my father, when he could go places and everybody knew me would speak highly of me, and they could tell stuff that I've done or he would love this. I would actually take him and I actually show him the before when I first buy a piece of property or something like that. I would take him, let them see it then, and then I let them see the progression of it. Then I let them see it at the end. He loved that. He just loved to ride and go see those things, and he would talk about it for like months and months and months and months and months. And that's what you all can have too through appliance repair. Appliance repair will allow if you have been on someplace in your family structure where you might not have made the correct choices early on, and you might not have the so-called respect or from your family and stuff because you made some bad choices. I'm telling you, appliance repair will allow you to make changes. And because you're gonna get well rounded, you're gonna learn about finances, you're gonna learn about just everything. There's just so much stuff you're gonna have to learn, and because you're reading so much, you have a vast knowledge of just about anything. It's funny. I was talking to a friend, and they were telling me that I was a Renaissance man. I said, "What's that?" When you read a lot, you know a lot about everything, so you're able to speak about a lot of stuff. That's why a lot of people ask you questions, and that's what you all will do too. The appliance repair gonna force you. It don't force you, but it just happens because you're looking for answers and stuff that is going to actually take you down the road where you're going to know a lot about a lot of stuff, and it'll get to a point where, like I say, your family and stuff will actually go to you for advice and stuff. So, but yeah, like I say, with my father for the last 10 to 15 years, he was very very proud of what I done. Still was skeptical, saying, "Hey, you're gonna get yourself in trouble. Slow down, and you're doing too much." And that right there wasn't out of hate. That was actually really out of love for him and my mom when they do tell me that, because they don't want to see me get hurt. And a lot of times, like I'm telling them now, a lot of the stuff that I'm doing now is stuff that they didn't have exposure to, so they don't quite understand it. And so, because they don't understand it, they don't know that I really understand it. But I tell them I know what I'm doing, and I have good mentors and good counsels that help me through these different steps. So because they don't quite understand it, they think they're doing me a favor by sheltering me from some pain or harm that might come in the future. But yeah, like I said, my father unfortunately he passed, but he told me he had a great life. I was able to tell him thank you for keeping me off those corners, for pulling me out of school, for all that stuff he done that I just told you all. I was able to tell him thank you, and I was proud of him for doing that, and it made me the person I am now. And he told me he was proud of me, and he just wanted me to have a better life than he had growing up, and he was glad to see me have this. And he was just so happy of all the stuff that he was able to see while he was here, me doing it. He was just glad to see that, and that's the way that I would like to go. I don't want to go laid up in no hospital room and this and that. I want to go like my father did, in my living room in my favorite chair around my family and friends. I want that's if I gotta choose a way to go, that's the way I want to go. Where it's not everybody been prepared that you're going all your grandkids and great grandkids have came through, and you got to see all of them, and you got to talk to them while you still was coherent and stuff, and then you sleep on the way and slip on the way. He passed, and my brother was getting ready to give him his bath, so in his favorite chair, and it was good. It was good, and everybody was there, and it was great. And like I say, the last time he left out the house, it was good. My brothers and I was able to take him out of his house, and it was a great thing. I'm happy that he was able to have such a great life, and I was happy to be able to experience having a father and a mother, both my parents growing up, because it gave me a lot of perspective on life. Especially like I say, because I got to see that whole thing when somebody tell me how your father not going to talk to you and this and that. I don't, nah, that don't, nah. Fathers always want to see you do well. Even with my kids, when I find out some things they might not be doing as well, and you want to correct them and you want to make life easier on them, especially when you in a position where you can make it easier, but you gotta let them learn their lessons and stuff. I'm glad that I had that example because a lot of times I would like to make things a lot easier for my kids. But I realized if my parents had made it easier and me not learn the lesson, it wouldn't have helped me one bit. So I have that to pull from, and I know so many people don't have that to pull from. That it does make an imbalance in your life, and I'm just so glad I was able to have that. I'm gonna read a little bit I got in the chat, and like I said, because of the stuff we have going on, I'm gonna what you call get out a little earlier today. All right, what's up, Greg B? How you doing? 89 Dr. Funk. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, thank you, man. Sorry for your loss, Mike. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. And unfortunately, 89 Dr. Funk, his father passed this year too. And so unfortunately, we had several other alumni fathers pass this past year and whatnot. Hey, what's going on, Frank Evans? All right. Ben Nash, what's up, ABC fam? All right. Salute Grandmaster Mike and ABC fam. What's up, Shimon 509? Hey, what's going on, DCNF? All right. Marcus Dennis, hello everyone. It's been a long minute since I tuned in. How's everyone? Okay. JC, sorry for your loss. Okay, appreciate that, man. We appreciate it. My apps, hey, thanks, man. Say sorry for your loss. Ben Nash, say sorry. I appreciate it. All right, there you go. Take courage, Mark. Sorry for your loss. All right, thanks. I appreciate it. What's up, Mike? So sorry for your loss. Yeah, I was blessed to have a closure with both parents. That's great, man. That's great. I tell you, it make the transition a whole lot better when you can have that closure. And you are prepared. It makes it a whole lot better. It's still bad knowing that he'll never be coming back through there again and whatnot. But when you get the closure, it's good. All right, Frank Evans, keep that torch lit, sir. Okay, yeah, no doubt. Well, all right. Sorry for the loss. Thanks, BK from the Rockies. Proud indeed. Sorry for your loss, Mike. All right, thanks, Reloaded Appliance. Uh, Mr. Mechanical just tapped in. Salute Mike, maybe see in chat. All right, thanks. Appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Calvin? So what's up, Mentor Mike and ABC fam? All right. MA, sorry for your loss, Mike. You and your family will be in my prayers. Thank you. I appreciate that. All right, Ernest Anderson, sorry for your loss. Give us an address so we can show our respect. Okay, I might put something up later, but like I say, just thank you all. We're okay. Really we are. So I what you call just knowing that you all we're in y'all thoughts and prayers. That's enough for us. To be honest, I really appreciate it, and that's the thing too. Because of appliance repair and stuff, and because if you follow that blueprint, it makes stuff like this where it's not going to be a blow to your family. I could not imagine having to go through this and then having to have to go and do a GoFundMe or something like that. Because what happened, you take your parent, they come pick up your deceased loved one that morning, that afternoon, 4 o'clock. Hey, you need to be over here at the funeral home. Let's see how we bring your insurance or your pay or your checkbook. We gotta get this thing settled before we go any further. So while if you're trying to grieve and get over that, and then on top of that, trying to put something together to put the loved ones away in a respectful manner, I could not imagine it. But because, like I said, because of appliance repair and my parents and stuff, they had the insurance, so they're good. But because of appliance repair, if something wasn't if a T wasn't crossed or I wasn't dotted, it wouldn't have been no problem at all for me to strike a check and it wouldn't have been no problem at all. It wouldn't have been no GoFundMe or nothing. So we are good, and I'm totally happy. And like I say, y'all thoughts and prayers is enough for us. Okay, Paul Brown. Mike, my mother was hard on me, so I thought, but when I entered real world, realized she was protecting me. Yep, no doubt. Hey, what's up, Reginald? Condolences to you and your family. Thanks, I appreciate that. All right, condolences from Mr. Mechanical. Rest in peace. Okay. Greg B. Oh, Mike, you were thugging back then. No, believe it or not, I won't. I won't. I won't. I was just being a young guy back then. It just wanted. Everybody was doing it. Everybody was hanging on the streets, and back then, here it was really big for the for there were guys that were I guess hustling a little bit. They had like the sheepskin jackets and stuff, and you wanted that, man. You wanted that bad. And I remember the Sears and Roebuck book would come out, the Wish book, and they'll show the sheepskin jacket in there and the hat. I think it was like $500. I used to circle it every year. I wanted one, knowing I wasn't going to get it. They had like a dark brown one, and then they had like a light blue one. And man, I wanted that thing so bad. What I would have done to get one, but I didn't get it back then, and so. But yeah, everybody had them, and I wanted them bad. Uh, yeah, Miss McKenna, he was molding you to be a strong man. Yeah, he was. He was. He done great things. LV Handy Appliance Repair. My condolences to you and your family. Appreciate you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks, Rose Solo. Say condolences to you and your family. I appreciate that. Uh, Terry the electrician. What's good, Mike? What's up, ABC fan? Hey, Terry. I saw your video too. Terry was he had a video that was trending. I think it's like the number one spot on dividends or how he breaks up it doing the actual five banking accounts and his profit account, how he breaks it out. He had a video about that that's trending. And see, that's the type of stuff that, like I say, make people proud because when you in the business and you start doing stuff like that, and your family and friends start to see it, that's the stuff that make people proud. BK from the Rockies, laugh out loud. I don't mean to laugh, but giving someone else's name for a traffic stop must be a North Carolina tradition. I know so many folks who have done that. Yeah, matter of fact, my best friend, I had his license revoked and mine at the same time, giving out names. One time, one time, one of my brothers tried to use my tried to use my other brother's name. We laugh about this all the time. They stopped my older brother one time. He didn't have no driver's license, so he gave my other brother name. He told me he was my other brother, and they pulled his license up. They said we got a warrant for your arrest for failure failure to appear in court. So he had to then tell the man, look, I lied. That's not my name. Yeah, we always laugh. My older brother said, you got to be careful using, we call my other brother Tulu. So yeah, he learned quick, don't use Tulu name. His name was worse than his. Mike was a wild young fella. Yeah, we were. Sorry for your loss. Condolences to your family. Yep. Appreciate it. All right. Fabulous Life 50. I'm so sorry for your loss. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Terry, condolences to you and your family. All right. Thanks. Appreciate it, man. All right. Fast Track says sorry for your loss, Mike. Appreciate it. I'm sorry for your loss. Can't imagine the pain. Like I say, thank you. Thank you. But like I say, fortunately, I the last month or so, my father really been on a decline. So that's why I didn't do any classes in May because I didn't know what was going to happen. And so our thing was we wanted him to make it to my parents' anniversary in May and his birthday in May. He made both of those, and so we knew it was coming. And like I say, so we've been able to we were able to talk to him. He was able. Uh, we had good conversations. We had good talk, and he said he was tired. So it's actually, and that's the way you want it to be. You want it to be a celebration. You want to be when somebody get cut short and they don't feel like you don't feel like they were able to finish their course. That's when I'm sad. But when they go, my father was 83. When they go and they live their life and he was enjoyed it. He almost lived like two different. He lived like two lives in one. He lived the first part of my life where just doing the stuff that the typical 70s guys and stuff done. And then a switch happened. All of a sudden, by the time the grandkids came, this is a guy who up the whole time we was growing up, he hated cookouts. He's an old saying, don't for two things go to cookouts. He said, I'm gonna say Negroes, but he used to say the other word, Negroes and flies. One carry diseases, and the other one tell lies. And he said the more he hang around the Negroes, the more he liked the flies. So that's what he used to say. So he hated cookouts. But then when we start having we start my brothers and sisters start having kids, and the grandkids came. He loved to have cookouts. He loved to have the grandkids there. He loved for the family to be there, and he loved to take family trips. And growing up, he didn't want to do no family trips or anything. So he got the second part of his life. He was just totally selfish with his family. He didn't want to share his family with anybody. He just wanted us to do stuff together, and he got to get that life, and he loved that, and and to the point where it started off, where it's funny. It starts off early on in life. Uh, he would take me and my friends and my brothers and sisters friends. He would take us fishing and take us hunting and stuff. Later on in life, it was the reverse. My brothers and I would have to take him and his friends fishing and hunting. So we would have to get a van, load them up, drive every 5 minutes. We got to pull over for them to use the bathroom, and we would and we would go out there, and mainly almost like kids again. Him and his friends, because then they got older. They couldn't move as much as they used to, and we taking them fishing now, and you going there really just to take them, and you just kind of like your father done with you early on. It reverse roles, and that's what my grandfather always said once a man, twice a child. Because it does happen. You're going to go back to being a child. At the end, somebody's going to have to be changing your pamper again. Somebody's going to have to be giving you a bath just like a baby. And that's one of the things, too, with the guys who say they don't want to get married and don't want to have a significant other and stuff. I'm telling you, I've seen the other side when you don't have a family and nobody do those things. That's a bad way to be. I don't want to go that way. You want to be there with your family and stuff. And at the end, like I say, if you had met my father in the '70s and early '80s, he would have been MGTOW. Man, he don't want to do nothing with no woman. He want to just hang with the boys and this and that. And at the end, what he was saying is this is what he was telling my mom. Like they would have they call it he was having to go to dialysis, and he had a bus that would come pick him up. But and sometimes my mom wasn't feeling that well, or something was going on, wasn't nobody gonna be there to get him in and off the bus. If my nephews and them weren't gonna be around, sometimes we'd let the bus pick him up, and he would tell my mom he loved for her to take him and pick him up, and she's like, why? Well, because now we got time, we can ride and talk, and I can spend time with you. So that's what's going to happen as you get older. You're going to cherish that stuff, and you're going to want to spend time with your wife and your kids and stuff. And you could have been doing that your whole time, but because of this stuff you're listening to guys who haven't seen fathers, they ain't seen people transition. I've seen my grandfather and my father, both of them make that same transition. I've seen a man here right down the street from me making a transition, don't have this, and it's a bad sight. And what's going to happen? They leading you all to something bad going to happen to you down the road. They ain't seen the other side. I'm telling you, they ain't seen the other side, and it's bad to be on the other side and not have not put enough capital. I ain't talking about money capital. I'm talking about relationship capital, a way where your kids and grandkids and your wife want to be there with you and make life pleasant and respectable for you when you get ready to leave. All right. Um, yeah, he lived through me. My father's thanks fast track. Say your father's legacy lived through you, Mike. Yeah. Uh, okay. No apologies for the many blessings. No apologies for the loss. Like I said, it's a transition that everybody's going to make. Thanks, ABC Ken. It's a transition everybody make. The thing is, everybody got to make that transition. So and much as we say it's supposed to be so better on the other side, and there's gonna be streets of gold and all that stuff. I don't see why some people are so afraid to go there. It's gonna be that good. But like I say, if you done right and you make amends, even if you done wrong, if you made amends, you can have respect leaving out. Uh, how you doing, Mike? My condolences to you and your family. All right, thanks, Patrick. I appreciate that. Kevin, sorry for okay, thanks. I appreciate it. Hey, what's going on, picture man? 63. Okay, 89 Dr. Funk. I remember those sheepskin coats back in the mid '80s. Every one of those in the DC. Everyone had one in the D. Yep, they had them. They had them here, and I wanted one bad. Uh, hey, what's going on? Want to know? All right. Thanks for that picture, man. Sorry for the loss. Eternal peace unto the emperor. Okay, thanks. I appreciate that. Okay, thanks. That now rather I mess your name up all the time. Okay, Frank Evans. Mike, I had to go to Marble Slab today to work on a freezer, and man, I thought of you. I was thinking of getting me one, and the work was so easy. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Yeah, that's an ice cream. That's. I think he's talking about the ice cream thing, where they kind of like we have cold stones here. Okay, Terry the electrician. I have to give credit where credit is due. The stuff I talked about in that video game, I got from you, my brother, and for that I eternally grateful. No, no, that no, no, that's your experience. That's your experience. That's you have. See, this is the difference. When somebody asks me sometimes, if somebody's making a course and they making a course and they came through appliance boot camp and stuff. Are you upset about it? I said no, not if they doing it through their experience because everything is different. Like Miss Ward, she does consulting and stuff, but that's she doing it from Miss Ward experience. She's not doing it from Mike Steve's experience. You was not talking regurgitating anything that I said. You was talking from firsthand knowledge of what you done. So it ain't nothing to do with Mike Sneed. Mike Sneed might have introduced you to the concept, but that concept I didn't create it. That concept is as old as Father Time, but we just had never been exposed to it. I just introduced you to it, but everything you were speaking about was from your firsthand knowledge. So it ain't something that somebody can say, "Oh, you lying? You got that from Mike Sneak." You said, "No, I done this myself." So no, that's all on you, brother. That's nothing on me. That's all on you. All right, thank you, Preston Joyner. My condolences. Appreciate it. Okay, they have marble slab here in Dallas. Yeah, they do cold stone here, and what they do, they take and put the ice cream on top of it, and they slide it around and freeze it. Shimano Father, sorry for your loss. Your father was a good man, and I'm glad I saw. Glad he saw your rise to power. I'm honored to know his son. Okay, appreciate that. I appreciate it. Hey, what's up, Quinn Hodge? Hey, uh, Warren Davis did my first three compressors. Took me 5 hours each, but they are all good to go. I feel like a college grad. Oh my God, way to go, Warren! You got three. Yeah, I told you the first couple of them it takes you some time, but at the end, once you get them down pat, most I can do is 2 hours. I gotta figure out a way to get my stuff in and out. But that is good, man. That is good. He done his first three compressors and they are good to go. Man, that is good, Warren. That is good. And Warren self educated. You all are doing. I saw DCNF done another LG, and you all are self educated. The young guy. I don't know if you listening today, but we talked a little bit yesterday that when I was telling him about the teaching style. I think he's coming from like the university and coming over into appliance boot camp. He bought the course, but he didn't. He wanted to be more of a college presentation of a course. And I said, no, it's not that. I'm giving you what you need to make it work, to go out here and make money. So it's not going to be no college presentation of the course. And if you want me to spend all my time and all my money trying to give you some editing that's going to be like an ABC movie and stuff, um, no, but I can't do that. But it's not going to give you the knowledge that you need. The knowledge that you need is what's inside of it. You want to get the knowledge. You don't care much about the presentation. You want the knowledge. And this is the way business looks. I was trying to explain to him, business is not going to be, and you all are seeing it. Business is not going to be come in no shiny box or anything. It's going to come in like Warren Davis and them, where they got to go out there and grab an old refrigerator. And you saw Warren grab an old refrigerator and keep pulling the press, get your torches and stuff in the backyard, and go there and teach yourself. That's how people learn. That's where your business started. It ain't gonna start. You ain't gonna. That's the way you're gonna have to learn to do a compressor. You're not gonna learn that by by sitting down looking at some fancy YouTube video. The only way you're gonna learn business, like some people tell me, "Well, I'm afraid to go out there. I might make a mistake." You are gonna make a mistake, but that's how you learn how to do business, and that's what you all are doing. You all now got the confidence. You go out there, and and nobody can stop you all. You all now believe you can do anything, which you can, and it's great stuff. Yeah. Warren Davis, I got mentors and a lot of help. Now, yeah, but you good, you good. That's great work. Yeah, yeah. Greg B, big one. That's good, big one. Good. Yeah, Greg B has helped a lot of people, and see, and that's the way. Yeah, and Warren Davis say he's afraid every day. I'll get out of here too. But that's the way it's supposed to be. Get this thing on camouflage from all here. That's the way it's supposed to be. Uh, like now, you all are teaching each other. You all now are learning from each other. It's no longer where everybody has to come to one person. There's no leader. There's no leader amongst us. Everybody is learning from everybody, and everybody can do their own thing. And so that's the way you wanted to be. So that way, regardless if they were taking me out on the stretcher yesterday rather than my father, um, you all will be just fine. Y'all come here just for the camaraderie now because you all running y'all businesses. Terry uh, telling you how to do the five bank accounts, how to set up all that stuff, your finances. Greg and them telling you how to do compressors and how to fix stuff and they telling you how to get contracts. Y'all don't need me here to do anything because there's so many people now can come in and just do it because you all run businesses. And not only that, I've seen you all when y'all go out and y'all scoping out new businesses and y'all know what to look for. Y'all going to y'all. I told you that was going to happen once you start doing business. You go look at stuff totally different. When you go somewhere and you start going to a business, you looking behind the scenes and seeing what they doing. They don't look that hard. I can make my money here. You peeping what's behind the scenes. Same thing. If I go like now, if I'm at a restaurant, I'm eating the food, but the whole time too, I'm counting how many tables are turning, how many people coming in, and I'm seeing what their money look like, and I can tell. I'm seeing how many people they got on staff, and I can tell. I was at a restaurant earlier this week, and I told somebody, I was like, I don't think they're gonna make it. You don't know that. I do know that. I'm looking at what they selling their food for. I'm looking at how many plates they turning. And I'm looking at how many people they got on staff, and I'm looking at the square footage that they have. And I'm saying I don't see at this time of the day, this week, they need to be doing a lot more than what they're doing. And because I'm somewhat in a restaurant business, and I know I'm looking. I know I can look and see how many customers we got coming in, and I can see what's going on, and I can say that person might not make it if they don't make some changes. They're gonna either have to cut some heads, cut some hours, go to a smaller space, or they're gonna have to do something. But that's why I was talking. But yeah, I can do that now. You all doing the same thing too. And can't nobody run to y'all and tell y'all anything up. When somebody come in and these young guys say capping about something with this business, you all can pull it out real quick. Y'all can tell somebody real quick. If somebody come in and they say their business ain't they can't make no money repairing appliances, I've seen this happen where people that appliance boot camp start asking just like a doctor, how many calls you doing, what you charging, you got any contracts? They're going through and they diagnosing his business and they can tell him how to fix his business. All right. So I'm gonna read these last couple, then I'm getting out of here. Preston Joyner is a village thing. Yeah, it is. Yeah, Greg B said, I'm afraid every day too. Just don't know what you're going to do, run into. Yeah, it is. I tell everybody that. It could be anything. It could be a bad, somebody asks me, my washer don't work. What's wrong with it? It could be anything. It could be a bad lid switch to a dead mule. I don't know how to get there. I don't know what it is. Ryan's DIY. Sorry, Mike, I'm sorry for your loss. I called in about 2 months ago to tell you about my father's passing on 128. I figured, okay, yeah, I remember that, man. Thanks. 89 Dr. Funk, that's so true. One thing about appliance repair, you never know what you're running to. It can be a simple repair that'll turn to a 5-hour job. Like Greg, you said, that is the truth. I've done that many a times. I went someplace and matter of fact, I was gonna help somebody not too long ago. I was gonna help somebody on their repair their truck. They had a water hose that burst. Oh, a water hose. Oh, 5 minute job and I'm out of here. 3 hours later, I'm cursing, antifreeze all on me. The water hose is split behind behind the intake and behind the transmission. It's just it happens all the time. It happens all the time in appliance repair. I'm going to what you call going to change the drain pump. Easy, change the drain pump. The water's not pumping out front load wash machine. Change the drain pump, and they say no, the water still won't drain. Why it won't drain? And they say these little sport bras that the ladies wear, they can slide like the little pads in. She got 3 or 4 pads that came out, went in between the tub. It's a front loader, went in between the tub and the barrel. And now I got to fish those things out. And so something that's taking me 15 minutes is now taking me an hour and a half, 2 hours to get it out. So, but yeah, that type of stuff happens all the time. All right, but once again, I want to thank everybody for watching. I'll be back on Monday. Everybody's going to be traveling for the holidays. Y'all have a safe holiday. And thank you all for all the well wishes and the condolences and your prayers and thoughts. I want to thank everybody for that. And I'll be talking to you all on Monday. Once again, thank you all, and I'll talk to you later.